Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading. I am so glad you are here today because what is coming through for you right now is something that genuinely lights me up. There is a shift happening in your energy, a beautiful, expansive, purpose driven shift, and it has everything to do with the role you are stepping into. You are becoming a guide, Sagittarius, and I do not mean that in some vague, someday kind of way. I mean, it is happening now. People are looking to you for direction, for wisdom, for the kind of vision and optimism that only you can provide. And the path you are walking, the one that felt sometimes lonely or uncertain, is becoming a path that others want to follow. So, in this reading, we are going to look at where you are right now in your guide energy, what is being illuminated through your presence, what this teaching role means for your soul path, and what is opening up for you as you step more fully into the gift of showing others the way. There is so much here for you. Let us dive in. All right, let me pull the first cards for your current energy. What is showing up for Sagittarius right now? The Hermit card arrives immediately. And Sagittarius, I know this might seem counterintuitive at first because the Hermit is often associated with solitude and withdrawal, and you are such a social, expansive sign. But here is what the Hermit really represents it is the wise guide standing on the mountaintop holding a lantern showing the way for those who are still climbing. The Hermit has made the journey. The hermit has done the work, and now the hermit's role is not to climb anymore, but to light the path for others. And that, Sagittarius, is exactly where you are right now. You have been on a journey, a long one, a challenging one, a journey that has taken you through experiences most people have not had and taught you things most people have not learned. And now you are standing at a place where that journey has value not just for you, but for everyone who is walking a similar path behind you. The cards are showing me that your wisdom is no longer just personal, it is becoming communal, shared. And that shift from private learning to public teaching is what this reading is all about. Let me pull another card. Tell me more about this current energy. The Six of Wands arrives. Oh, I love this. The Six of Wands is the card of recognition, of victory, of being celebrated for what you have accomplished and what you represent. The figure on this card rides through a crowd, and the crowd is cheering, not because the figure performed for them, but because the figure genuinely achieved something worth celebrating. The cards are showing me that people are starting to see you differently, Sagittarius. They are recognizing your knowledge, your experience, your unique way of seeing the world and articulating what you see. And that recognition is not shallow. It is not about popularity. It is genuine respect for the wisdom you carry and the perspective you offer. You are being seen as a leader, as someone worth listening to, as someone whose guidance has real value. And the Six of Wands is saying, lean into that. Do not shrink from the recognition. You earned it. One more card for the current energy. What else is Spirit showing me? The Temperance card appears. Beautiful. Temperance is about balance, integration, the ability to blend seemingly opposing forces into something harmonious. And in the context of your guide role, what I am hearing is that your teaching is not extreme, it is not dogmatic, it is balanced. You can hold multiple truths at once. You can see the value in different perspectives. You can guide people without insisting they follow your exact path. The cards are showing me that this balanced approach is part of what makes you such an effective guide, Sagittarius. You are not trying to convert people to your way of thinking, you are helping them find their own way. And that respect for individual paths, that ability to offer wisdom without attachment to whether people take it, is rare and deeply powerful. If this is already resonating, drop a comment below. Let me know you are here. I love connecting with you. All right, let us look at the recent past. What brought you to this guide moment? Because Spirit wants to honor the road that led here. The Five of Cups appears in your recent past. Yes, so there was loss, Sagittarius. Real loss. Maybe a relationship that ended. Maybe a dream that did not materialize the way you hoped. Maybe a path you were walking that suddenly closed. And the grief of that loss was genuine. The Five of Cups does not minimize pain. It shows a figure looking at spilled cups, at what is gone, and feeling the weight of that absence. But here is what the Five of Cups also shows. Behind the figure, unseen, are two cups still standing, still full. And what the cards are telling me is that the losses you experienced, as painful as they were, redirected you. They turned you toward a path you might not have chosen if everything had gone according to plan. And that path, the one that felt like a consolation prize at the time, is actually the one that is leading you into your purpose. The Five of Cups in your recent past says you learned through loss, and what you learned made you wise enough to guide others through theirs. Let me pull another card for the recent past. What else was happening? The Four of Swords arrives here. So after the loss, there was a period of real rest, of withdrawal, of stepping back from the noise and the demands and the constant forward motion that Sagittarius usually operates in. The Four of Swords is the card of necessary retreat, of healing, of giving yourself permission to not be okay for a while. And what the cards are showing me is that this rest period, this time of being still, was essential to your development as a guide because you cannot guide others if you are running on empty. You cannot offer wisdom if you have not given yourself time to integrate your own experiences. And the Four of Swords says you took that time, you honored your need to heal, and in that healing, you gained clarity about what actually matters and what you are truly here to do. The rest was not wasted time, Sagittarius. It was preparation. One more card for the recent past. Spirit, what else? The reversed wheel of fortune appears. So there was also a period where it felt like nothing was moving, like the cycles that usually turn in your favor had stopped. Like you were stuck in a moment that would not shift, no matter what you did. And for Sagittarius, who thrives on movement and expansion and forward momentum, that stuckness was particularly difficult. But the cards are showing me that even the stillness was teaching you something. It was teaching you patience. It was teaching you that not every phase of life is about expansion. Some phases are about deepening, about going inward rather than outward, about becoming rather than doing. And those lessons, Sagittarius, are part of what makes you a balanced guide now. You know that growth is not always visible, that sometimes the most important transformation happens in the waiting. The reversed wheel of fortune in your recent past says you learned to trust the process even when the process looked like nothing was happening. Let us now look at what is coming in. This is where everything starts to open. Let me pull these cards. The Ace of Wands arrives immediately. Oh, Sagittarius, this is fire. This is passion. This is new creative energy and new inspired action and the beginning of something that genuinely excites you. The Ace of Wands is the universe handing you a torch and saying, go light something up. The cards are showing me that a new project, a new teaching opportunity, a new platform, a new way of sharing what you know is coming in. And this is not going to feel like obligation. It is going to feel like inspiration, like something you genuinely want to do, like play, like adventure, like the kind of thing that makes you feel alive. The Ace of Wands in your incoming energy says the guide role is not going to be heavy. It is going to be energizing, and that energy is going to be contagious. People are going to feel your excitement and want to come along for the journey. Let me pull another card. What else is coming in for Sagittarius? The Three of Pentacles appears. Beautiful. So, this is collaborative success. This is your skills and knowledge being valued in a tangible way. The Three of Pentacles shows a craftsperson working with others, creating something of real quality, and being recognized for the mastery they bring. The cards are showing me that your guide role is going to involve collaboration. You are not going to be doing this alone. There are going to be people, opportunities, platforms, communities that want to work with you, that see the value in what you offer and want to help amplify it. And this collaboration is going to be mutually beneficial. You bring the vision and the wisdom, they bring the structure and the reach. And together, you create something neither of you could have created alone. The Three of Pentacles is saying doors are opening, professional doors, financial doors, opportunities that honor your expertise and compensate you fairly for it. Another card. Tell me more about what is coming. The Page of Cups arrives. Fresh emotional energy, a message, an invitation, something new in the realm of connection and creativity. The Page of Cups often represents the beginning of something that feels tender and hopeful and full of potential. The cards are showing me that someone may reach out to you, Sagittarius, someone who has been impacted by your words, your teaching, your perspective, and their message is going to move you. It is going to remind you why this guide role matters, why sharing what you know is not self indulgent, but genuinely helpful, why your voice reaches people in ways you cannot always see. The Page of Cups is saying you are making a difference, and you are about to receive confirmation of that. If this reading is speaking to you, please hit that like button. It helps me understand this message is serving you, and it helps more Sagittarius energy find this reading. One more card for the incoming energy. What else is coming? The Sun card appears. And Sagittarius, this is your card. This is pure fire sign joy. The Sun is clarity, vitality, success, and the kind of radiant confidence that comes from being fully aligned with who you are and what you are here to do. The cards are showing me that as you step into your guide role, something in you is going to relax. Something that has been tense or uncertain or worried about whether you are enough is going to soften because you are going to see the impact you have. You are going to feel the rightness of this path, and that confirmation is going to light you up from the inside. The sun in your incoming energy says, this is your time to shine, not in an ego way, in an authentic, soul aligned, this is what I was born to do kind of way. Now, let me look at what spirit and your guides want you to know as we close this reading. Let me pull the final messages. The High Priestess arrives. And for Sagittarius, this is an interesting card because you are usually associated with outward exploration, and the High Priestess is about inner knowing. But her arrival here is your guides, saying that your best teaching comes not from what you have read or been told, but from what you know. Deep inner knowing, intuitive wisdom, the kind of understanding that rises from lived experience and soul memory. Your guides are telling you to trust that inner knowing, Sagittarius. When you are guiding others, do not just repeat what you have learned. Share what you know. Share what you have lived. Share what your soul has integrated through direct experience. That is where your real authority comes from. The High Priestess is saying you are a wisdom keeper, and the wisdom you keep is sacred. One final card. What last message do the guides have for Sagittarius? The world arrives as your closing card. And this is such a perfect completion energy. The world is the card of wholeness, of cycles completing, of understanding that everything you have been through has been preparing you for exactly this moment. Your guides are saying that your journey, all of it, the highs and the lows, the victories and the losses, the expansion and the contraction, has been weaving you into the guide you are now. Every experience added a thread. Every lesson deepened your capacity, and now you are standing in the fullness of who you have become, ready to offer that fullness to others. The world is saying you are ready, Sagittarius. You are complete enough, wise enough, experienced enough, and the people who need your guidance are already looking for you. Let me bring this reading home for you now. Sagittarius, there is something beautiful at the center of this reading, and I want you to really receive it before you go. You have been on a journey, a real one, a long one, a journey that took you through experiences that stretched you, broke you open, and rebuilt you into someone wiser and deeper and more grounded than you were when you started. And for a long time, that journey was just yours, private, personal, something you were living through without fully understanding why. But now the purpose of that journey is becoming clear. You did not go through all of that just for yourself. You went through it so you could light the way for others who are walking similar paths. The Hermit is in your energy. The Six of Wands is recognizing you. The Sun is lighting you up. The Ace of Wands is igniting new projects. The Three of Pentacles is opening collaborative doors. And the world is confirming that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Your guide role is not something you have to force or fabricate or fake. It is emerging naturally from who you have become. People see your light, they feel your wisdom, they trust your vision, and they want to follow where you are leading. So lead, Sagittarius, with joy, with authenticity, with the kind of optimism and broad minded perspective that only you can provide. The world needs guides, and you are one of them. If this reading resonated with you today, drop a comment below and let me know. Say I received this, or tell me what part of this reading landed for you. I would love to hear from you. And if you know a Sagittarius who is stepping into their purpose, share this reading with them. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications on so you never miss your next reading. Sagittarius, your guide energy is real. Your light is needed. And the path you are illuminating is changing lives. I am sending you so much love and light. Keep shining, and I will see you in the next one.